With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Spring has sprung. Time to head to Orr's Farm Market to find your flowers, veggie plants, bagged mulches, and potting soil. Visit our bakery counter to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't forget our pie flavor of the month, Boston cream pie. We have West Virginia food products, local coffee, honey, maple syrup, dairy, and meat. We have 25 new Orr's jam and salsa flavors for you to try. Check us out at orrsfarmmarket.com, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. Play ball! It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, The Skinner Law Firm, Laddie's, Trips Flooring, Jambo Construction and Fencing, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Honda of Winchester, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, Rock's Local Markets, CMA Toyota Chevrolet of Martinsburg, Orsini's Home Store, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, and by Hagerstown Ford.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening and welcome out to P.O. Faulkner Park as we get you set for some West Virginia high school baseball action, a cross-state rival, cross-border rival here, as Martinsburg will take on Clear Spring out of Clear Spring, Maryland. Spencer Dupuy, Trip Tobin, Nick Verzolini, happy to have you with us here, cameramen this evening, John Alderton and Braden Schaffner back in the studio, Colin McLaughlin. And Trip, looking at this team coming in to take on the Bulldogs, it's an 11-2-2 Clear Spring team.
A very good team. You know, got some D1 commits over there, or at least one, and they got some guys that are, that they can really throw the ball well. The guy tonight's going to throw the ball really well, the junior, who's got a lot of offers. And, this team started off with a very bad accident. And back in the winter, lost one of their players, or lost a couple of their players, I believe. And one was the T.J. Josenhans that was at Spring Mills, the coach's son. They were all, killed in an accident. So they're playing, with passion and for a reason, and they're talented. And, our hearts go out to that group for the loss of their teammate and their family. But, tonight they come in and looking to go 4-0 in the EPAC. They've done a great job, but, against a very good EPAC. We brag up the EPAC, but Clear Spring is a small school that's going to vie for a state championship again probably, and they are just a great team.
Yeah, if you look back in earlier in the season, first game of the season for them, they beat Washington 10-0 in Charlestown. Then later on in the season on April 24th, they beat Spring Mills 10-0 at Clear Spring. And then last week, the 27th, they knocked off Hedgesville by 7-6 at Hedgesville. And then tonight taking on Martinsburg.
Yeah, they haven't backed off their schedule much. I mean, when you take those 11 wins and look at 3 of them being in the EPAC here, I mean, just tells you how good they are. They've beaten Allegheny, who Allegheny's given the EPAC a fit, and they have 2 great pitching staffs with Allegheny and Clear Spring. So, some people are like, oh, Clear Spring, I might not tune into that, but they better tune in if they want to see some really good baseball, because this is a great baseball team that they're a single-A state champion from last year and more than likely going to vie for it again this year.
Yeah, and, kind of looking at Martinsburg, we're going to hit on it just a little bit. Not too much, not like you did on the show today. But Martinsburg finishes in the regional rankings. They finish 4th but 3rd here in Section 1. Not where they like to be, as they had 2 great wins over Musselman on Saturday and against Jefferson on Monday. Yeah,
I mean, I think it goes back to some of the things that we said. It's not really settled on the field, regardless of, I don't care how it turned out personally. It doesn't have a lot of effect on us here in the booth or myself or Summer. But I've just seen 2 or 3 years in a row now where there's just been controversy as to, is that really the way it should be? And then maybe it is. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they got it right, but that's going to give. I think if you talk to Coach Grove, he's going to say, hey, we're number 2 in this section. 1 goal has been accomplished. We got home field advantage here, but, still a lot of baseball to be played. We got to stay focused. I think if you look at Musselman, that, Josh Hartman's going to say, well, it feels pretty good to be voted in that way. We appreciate it, but we have a real tough game ahead of us. We're going to play it a game at a time. You look at Martinsburg, they're going to say, hey, we got 4. 3 in this section. We're going to have to go on the road and do it like we did a couple years ago, and it's just the way it is. So I think, we're going to talk about it a little more than they will, as this season winds down. But, ultimately, I've just seen the last couple years where ballots have been sent out way before the season ends, and if you're going to talk about a whole body of work, then we need to have the whole body of work. If we're going to talk about EPAC and regional wins, then we've got to have all the EPAC and regional games played before it comes in. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. And then if we're just going to throw all that in the trash and say, well, it's just subjective to, how 7 guys feel like voting with no real criteria, then I don't know. I don't know how I would vote if I didn't have some criteria to go by. So
yeah,
that's just the thing. That's just what I don't like about it. I just think it takes it out of the kids' hands and puts it in adults' hands, and it doesn't make sense. It didn't go by the Metro rankings. It doesn't go by, regional wins and sectional wins. It just doesn't really line up with, mathematically. Is it right? That might be. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying not taking nothing away from any of them. I can make an argument for 4 teams to be 1, so either way.
And I think, it's kind of just interesting how it goes. They're due on Tuesday afternoon of the final week of the season, when after Tuesday, they're due at noon on a Tuesday. After noon on Tuesday, there's still a few conference games left, as you mentioned, and then, they give out the ballots on Friday afternoon. They're sent out. Well, some coaches may be just like, let me get this done, right? Yeah.
Well, look at tonight's game. I mean, it doesn't have a whole lot of meaning, but it sure could. Let's say if we still were getting ready to vote, and this team here has run the rails on the EPAC so far and beat Hedgesville and beat a couple other teams in the EPAC, and then Martinsburg comes out and gets another quality win. That could change things if we're going to look at a whole body of work. But I don't know. I think you just look at the EPAC conference schedules, you just go with it. I think you do like softball where you go
basketball. Like they switched to basketball. That was the big controversy in the 2021-2022 season in basketball. Nick, was kind of the way things were voted on, and a coach didn't feel like things were voted correctly, and then next year what do? They go out and they change it to the records.
Yeah. I mean, we're a Martinsburg station, and people are going to say, well, this is Martinsburg. WRNR is a Martinsburg station, but they're going to say, oh, this is pro Martinsburg because they got 4. But it's nothing to do with that.
No, I mean,
it's just all about being fair and making it, make the kids make it, win or lose it on the field. That's all I say. I don't care how it turns
that's
out.
kind of how you'll hear it next in the pregame interview. But when I interviewed Coach Byler, I phrased it as if, what have you echoed to your team about these rankings? Because the team felt like maybe they had a shot to be the 1 or the 2 in the section, and all of a sudden they're the 3, and they're going to have to go on the road no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, hanging around here today, talking to them before the JV game, they just said, okay, we're there. We're going to take care of business. They didn't, they don't talk about it as much as we do, but I think it's our job to at least voice our opinion and be advocates for them. I think it happened to Musselman some last year. I think I set a scenario where, right now Hedgesville is really what Martinsburg were last year, kind of senior laden heavy with some senior pitchers. Got some young guys coming. They could be the team next year that starts off slow while they get some experience and figure out their lineup, and then comes up with some big wins in the end. So it could go. They could end up, in the same boat next year. It's just until we get it fixed.
Yeah.
Until we get it fixed, it's just always going to be subjective to how people feel on May 1st. I guess is when it's due. I think something to that effect, May 2nd. Or whatever, the Tuesday before, week before, I don't know.
All right, well, that'll do it for this first segment here of the Skinner Law Firm Countdown to First Pitch. Skinner Law Firm Injury and Consumer Rights Lawyers. Call 304-245-6613 or go to skinnerfirm.com. When we come back, you'll hear from the Martinsburg head coach, Aaron Byler. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 2 minutes.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
In celebration of National Hospital Week, May 7th through the 13th, WVU Medicine would like to recognize and thank our employees, physicians, volunteers, auxilians, and chaplains at both Berkeley Medical Center and Jefferson Medical Center for their dedication to the well-being and health of our communities. Our healthcare workers inspire us every day and are at the heart of National Hospital Week. Join us in celebrating National Hospital Week at WVU Medicine.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
And the streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on the bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here as we get you set for first pitch. It's now time for the coaches' interviews brought to you by Laddie's Bar and Grill located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. If you're looking for some fun nightlife and great food at affordable prices, then dine in at Laddie's or carry out by calling them at 304-263-5253. Here's head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Aaron Byler.
At second base, number 15, Tice McConnery. At shortstop, number 12, Logan Felser.
I'm joined by head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Aaron Byler, and coach big win over Jefferson on Monday night, and it was a rainy one, but you guys were able to overcome that and get the win.
Yeah, I thought we played really well. Thought it was a good baseball game all the way around. Thought Mike Lupus did a tremendous job on the mound for us. I think we left 13 guys on base, so that 4-1 score, if we get a couple of timely hits, could have been a little more for us, but we're definitely happy with that win.
Yesterday, the votes were due. Regional sectional seedings came out. Obviously, not how you wanted your team to fare in there. What's your take on it, and what you're echoing to the kids?
Well, the bad thing is for the kids is that we preach all year that what you do during the regular season has an impact on how you finish, and I preached all last week to our kids about how important the Musselman and the Jefferson games were. And they did their job and they won those games. So when they came in here today and they saw those rankings, they felt like they did something wrong. And that's what doesn't sit well with me, is that we need to let these kids decide where they finish. And I thought our kids did enough and were very deserving of a higher seed. And unfortunately, some adults didn't think so. So we just have to move on from that. at the end of the day, you still have to beat those teams in your section, and we just have to be ready to do that.
Moving on today, you got a tough Clear Spring team out of Maryland coming in, your finale for the regular season. What have you seen from them?
I mean, their quality. They won the single-A state championship last year. They beat Allegheny 3-2. Allegheny beat us. I expect that to be a rematch of the single-A Maryland state championship. They have a couple college commits on that team, and everything I've heard about them is that they hit the ball really well. They're not throwing their number one; they're throwing their number two, who's a junior, who still has some college offers. And we've seen good pitching all year long. And honestly, I was hoping they were throwing their number one, but it sounds like their number two is almost just as good. So it'll be good for us to see him before we go into the sectional tournament. So we're excited about the opportunity.
And for your team, obviously pitching over the last couple of weeks has been tough. Where are the guys that were hurt? Where are they on their kind of trek back?
I think we're at a good place with them. Everybody's on their way back, and the goal is to have them available by the end of the week next year next week if we are fortunate enough to get there. It's no secret that Carson will throw game 1 and Mike will throw game 2, and then we have to rely on those guys, Oviedo, Alter, Rubenthal. Hopefully we'll have Jameer Brown back, and Owen Rubenthal, and those guys are going to have to pitch quality innings if we're going to have a chance to win the sectional tournament. So you'll see Alter, Ovi, and Rubenthal tonight. As a little tune-up game and a little preparation for what we're going to need them to do next week.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, Spencer.
That was Martinsburg head coach Aaron Byler. And when we come back, we'll get you set for game time. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back in 2 minutes.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We'll go with the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rock's, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here as we get you set for first pitch. It's now time for starting lineups. Those are brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009. We'll start first with the visitors in the Clear Spring Blazers. Leading off, playing center field, number 11, Hudson Troball. Batting second, the second baseman, number 15, Tice McCartney. Batting third, the shortstop, number 12, Logan Helsler. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 6, Damian Pittsnoggle. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 10, Brady Wallace. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 1, Braden Wade. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 7, Dawson Kerr. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 13, Connor Serbar. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 9, Lane Poffenberger. Over to Martinsburg. Batting first and playing center field, number 7, Jordan Canby. Batting second, playing third base, number 24, Braden Oviedo. Batting third, the shortstop, number 5, Carson Buber. Batting first, the first baseman, number 3, Christian Alter. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 4, Landon Siffert. Batting first, the first baseman, number 3, Mike Lupus. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 4, Landon Siffert. Batting sixth, number 9, Owen Rubenthal, the designated hitter. Batting seventh, the pitcher, Christian Alter. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Isaac Groven. Batting ninth, the second baseman, Keegan Everhart. First pitch coming in here a little early this evening at 6:58. One is in there for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 delivery outside for ball 2. On the leadoff man, Hudson Traubaugh. He is committed D1 ODU. Is that correct, Trip? From your understanding?
And the young man was over there and sitting on a.
Whoa. That one knocked the right center field at the wall. Making the catch there was Murphy Clement.
Yeah, he's a very big, athletic young man. As you can probably see on the camera if you're watching at home. And if you're on the radio, is coming from the left side, the big swing, playing center field, left-handed glove. I seen him over there playing a little pepper with a right-handed glove, so I'm not sure what that's about. But we were joking around about him, catching ground balls right-handed and pitching left-handed.
That one to the second batter, McCaney. That one's going to be caught again by Murphy Clement.
2 quick outs, the Alter, the young man out there, the sophomore, the really big, tall task ahead of him. Nobody in the EPAC has been able to figure out this Clear Spring team, and Alter getting a start. It might be his first start of the year. If I'm not sure, but
he might have started at East Hardy.
Yeah,
I can't remember who.
Minimal starts.
Yeah. First pitch now into Logan Helsler. That one off of Siffert's body.
Seen a little bit of that. What Peyton Gerardin did last night at Jefferson, just letting them get the ball, a lot of balls in the air, getting some outs that way.
That one fouled off to the backstop right in front of Nick.
Nick didn't even flinch.
He did not. Give you that one, Nick.
Yeah.
Well,
Didn't flinch.
He's a little slow reacting anyway. He's a big curveball.
Curveball from Alter in there for a ball. 2-1 the count.
Baseball's never my strong sport for a reason.
They just put me in right field when I was in Little League. You know what that means, Trip,
yeah,
when you're in
everybody
right
hits
field?
the ball right field.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Murphy's out there.
No, when you're a kid in
Little League, everybody pulls the ball.
Yeah.
Everybody's right-handed.
I was just picking grass when I was in Little League. That one grounded over to Oviedo down third. It's going to be close. He's going to try to make the throw, and that one's off the line, down the line. Luckily, it bounces off the fencing, and Everhart's able to get to it in time.
Yeah, just a base hit there. Not much Oviedo could do. Coach Bowers not happy with the route that the batter took. Looks like Zach Stolliff was going to not have a problem with it, so we're going to move forward here. But anyway, it was a do-or-die play there for Oviedo. He did barehanded. Great job there. And he threw it just up the line a little bit. When you make that play, the ball does tail back up the line. And Mike Lupus over at first tonight, not typically his spot, but he's certainly a team player running over there getting that done. And he took a shot at it, but just up the line a little bit. Great job by Keegan Everhart and Murphy to be behind it.
First pitch in there to Damian Pitznagel, the catcher. That one swung on and missed. Fouled off for strike 2, 0-2 the count. Checking the run, looking over at the runner at first. The 0-2 delivery. That one hit on the line to Oviedo for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning after this 60-second break. You're tuned in to EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 60.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
WVU Medicine invites you to join us for the ribbon cutting and open house of the expanded Heart and Vascular Institute at Berkeley Medical Center. Tours and refreshments will be available following the ribbon cutting Thursday, May 11th at 11 a.m. The expanded Heart and Vascular Institute is located on the Berkeley Medical Center campus on the first floor of the Dorothy McCormick Center, 2000 Foundation Way in Martinsburg. WVU Medicine is proud to offer world-class heart care close to home.
Faulkner Park as we get you set for the bottom of the first inning. Do it for Martinsburg. 1, 2, 3 batters. Canby, Oviedo, and Siffert. Or excuse me, Canby, Oviedo, and Boober. Talking about catchers, I was thinking about Siffert over there.
Yeah, we were talking to the cameraman John Alderman there, and talking about what a catcher's balk. There was catcher's balk in the JV game, and we're looking at the definition of that of being outside of the line here, and the question is, if by definition, if you have to stay inside the lines before the pitch is thrown, how do these two catchers here, with their legs out, are not by definition, but probably both feet out. I'd have to look it up. But anyway, it was a great job by Alter to throw to contact and find some leather. Let the ball find some leather out there. Let his defense play. If one thing about Martinsburg, they're similar to Jefferson. They have a very good defense, so they don't give up a lot of runs on errors. One of the downfalls when we look in the E-packets, sometimes the downfall with the Spring Mills team we've seen today, they took a pretty good beating there by Hedgesville, but the line on Bromwell was like 2.1 innings or 1.2 innings, something like that, but 7 hits but no earned runs because all the runs happened after the 2-out error. So that's something that happens when you get these when you can play some clean defense. You can help your pitchers out and keep them earned runs down.
Leading off the Bulldogs,
or runs, excuse me.
Jordan, Kansas.
Looking around West Virginia high school baseball Twitter, it appears the Mountain State Athletic Conference, they have a tournament, a straight tournament through the whole conference, not a regional or sectional. It's beforehand. Why doesn't the EPAC do that? That's something interesting. First pitch into Canby, outside for a ball. 1-0 delivery, high for ball 2.
Big righty on the mound. It's like black sleeves on there, and he's bringing the ball pretty well.
2-0 delivery, gets the call, strike 1.
Clip the corner. Outer half of the plate. Third baseman's way up.
2-1 high, ball 3.
They'd love to see Canby get on with that speed. 3-1 here. He's got to be thinking, can I get on base? If I see the pitch I like, I got to unload on. If not, I'm taking here.
3-1 delivery, catches the zone for strike 2. Canby thought he was going to take a walk down to first.
I think that's a good take. 3-1. It's not a good pitch to hit.
Yeah.
A good pitcher's pitch,
Just out there on the edge. Full count delivery outside for ball 4. Jordan Canby with the leadoff walk.
Just what Martinsburg wanted, Certainly want to get the base runner on. Now they got to make a decision on whether you're going to bunt the hot hitting Oviedo, or you're going to try to steal and then let him hit. Two good options. Either are great. Third baseman's come up taking the bunt away. They're holding.
Oviedo up to bat. They're going to hold Canby. First pitch into Oviedo is a called strike 1.
This is always the strange part of the season after the voting's already happened.
Yeah, you can be a little more aggressive, or you can play the game a little looser. How about that? A little more loose.
And Canby's going to go, and they're going to throw, and he is safe. Canby gets in there with the stolen base.
Good baseball play. Great jump.
Now he's in scoring position.
One thing we see here, we don't see at a lot of fields, the turf gives the catcher that nice hop. That doesn't slow it down. It gives it that skip, and it gets in there quick, and the infielders are easily able to handle it. So that hop came right in, laid it right on Camby's hip there, but not in time.
Jordan leads the team in runs scored. So, he's similar to an extent with Hudson Clement. If he can get on base, he can take second. Not quite as effective.
I want to straight over to the second baseman for the first out. Liner.
Nice job, Oviedo. He hit behind the runner, hit the ball in the nose, and baseball just didn't pay him off for his efforts there. The baseball guys we talk about, which is just really, it's just there's no really such thing, but it is, just the way baseball can beat you up. He did everything right there and gets nothing to show for it.
Stolen base number 18 on the year, though, for Camby.
32 more tonight, and he can get the record.
First pitch now in a Boober is a called strike one.
Didn't he say at the beginning of the year he wanted to chase that record?
Yeah.
I think he said he wanted at least 20 stolen bases, though.
He might get there.
He could
should be able to get that, yeah.
What do you count, postseason?
Yeah.
In there for called strike two, Boober goes down 0-2.
I always want to tell Boober to tie his shoe. He's always got that right shoelace on.
I see it. You can see it on the turf.
It's always like this. Third baseman's in a triangle, they call it.
0-2 delivery, swinging and missing is Boober as he strikes out.
Forward on that pitch.
Back-to-back outs.
5 minutes for the Bulldogs. First baseman number 3, Mike Lupus.
Mike Lupus due up. We know the power that he's got.
Be quiet. They might walk him. Don't talk about it. If they're listening, they might intentionally walk him like Jefferson did.
Yeah, but Jefferson knows him. That one fouled off.
That's right.
Top of the hole that Tripp cut out at the beginning of the season.
Martinsburg trying to make that leadoff walk hurt.
Lupus in the box. The 0-1 delivery. That swung on and hit into left field. Camby is going to make the turn. He's going to come home, and he's going to be safe. Lupus is going to go to second on the throw, and he is out. But Martinsburg will get the run in, and they lead 1-0 on the RBI single from Mike Lupus. We'll head to the top of the second inning with Martinsburg on top. 1-0. We'll be back after this 60-second break.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here. Top of the second inning is another blistery cold day here. 49 degrees here in Martinsburg. Low going to get down to 41 degrees. The real field, though, 42 degrees. So they're 5 degrees colder. Weather brought to you by CMA's Toyota Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue, home of the lifetime limited powertrain warranty with every new vehicle that they sell at no additional cost to you. And Michael Lupus, after what appeared to be jamming his shoulder, he's out of the game. And they're going to have to figure out somebody to sub in at first. Rubenthal's the DH. He's expected to pitch today. So who will we see trot out there?
Jameer.
Jameer will make his return to the varsity lineup. He got a little rehab start, as Coach Byler called it, hitting earlier and playing first, so in the JV game. So he's going to play He's going to come in for Mike Lupus, who unfortunately has to leave the game due to what appears to be a shoulder injury. But, looking at these jerseys tonight for Martinsburg, the white unis, white pants, orange hat with the black brim, orange numbers with the orange Bulldogs across the front, and for Clear Spring, the blue tops with the stripes of yellow, and then the gray pants with the blue stripe down the side.
Yeah, they got that, not quite that Seattle Seahawk blue, but they certainly have that neon yellowy green stripe between the Seahawks and the Berkeley Springs, blue and gold there. They that kind of royal blue with a neon.
First pitch to Brady Wallace. He hits that over to Oviedo. Oviedo has to double clutch. He throws over to Brown, and out of the inning.
Oviedo.
He lost his hat, too, while he was doing that.
He came up with that, and he lost the grip of the ball. He reached up and got it when he did. Knocked the hat off his head, but he was able to do a little tip drill with that baseball and come up with it and threw a bullet across the diamond. And big, tall Jameer over there gets you in the action right away. Our hearts are going out to the prayers for Lupus there. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully it's just a little bit of a jam there that slid into that turf and come around the bag and then kind of rolled around there. He did have some issues with that shoulder in the offseason.
First pitch now into Wade. He swings and misses. Yeah, you mentioned that. You posted the other day that after his great start that, uncommitted missed the summer last year due to shoulder surgery.
His non-throwing shoulder, which is what it appeared to possibly be there. I couldn't tell. He was kind of holding it. But either way, hopefully he can just no sense in chancing it here in this game.
That one swung on, and it hit between the 5-6 holes. That's going to be a clear single for Wade. So he gets on. Another man gets on. Second time today. First clear hit of the day, though.
The other one I think was a hit. It just was a kind of a swing and bunt hit. This one here was a clean, laced single into the left field in the Grove's hands. So Clear Spring has a runner on with one out, an opportunity to try to get this thing tied up.
First pitch into Kerr, the pitcher.
Alter still pitching to contact here, keeping his pitch count down. His first 2 innings so far.
That one swung on and missed. 0-2 now the count. And Alter's, his breaking ball really breaks. It's a really good breaking ball.
Yeah, he's got a nice twist on it.
That one swung on, hit over to Oviedo. Oviedo's going to go to 2. Try to get the double play, but they can't. Siffert backs that one up and grabs it, snags it with his helmet.
He can't do that. He can't do that. Yep. He messed up. Yeah, the umpires called it too. They saw it. You can't use your helmet to catch the ball. He just threw his helmet down there just to stop it, not thinking. Some things you do in practice. Equipment violation there. And it gives, all that hustle.
Do you get the out at second, though?
They get the out at second, yes. They'll get it courtesy runner.
So there is one out.
So, yeah, they ground ball to Oviedo over to Everhart at second. Everhart threw a skip over to first, got by Jameer, and the catcher was there chasing the play, as Seffer should be. And instead of putting his glove down there, he carried his helmet down there and just used it to catch the ball.
2 outs, runner in scoring position now. First pitch to Serber, Connor Serber, the third baseman, number 13 today.
But that's a violation that give the base runner the free 90 over to second.
See, I've never seen that before. That one popped up. Shallow outfield in center field. That'll be Buber. He calls everyone off and makes the catch for out number 3. Led to the bottom of the second inning after this 60-second break. You're tuning to West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here as we get you set for the bottom of the second inning. Spencer Dupuy, Trip Tobin, Nick Verzolini, happy to have you with us. We'll get you an EPAC baseball round brought to you by Jambo Construction and Fencing LLC, a veteran-owned company that specializes in decks, fences, and hardscaping. A free estimate. You can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452. Had a game earlier this afternoon, and it was an EPAC game. Unfortunately for Spring Mills, they fell 21-0 to Hedgesville. Hedgesville in the game in a doubleheader now, taking on Martinsburg Academy out of Pennsylvania. They're down 4-2 as that game rolls on. I believe it started around 6:30, maybe 6:30. That's in the bottom of the fifth inning, so getting close to over there. Jefferson, their sixth loss of the season as they fell to the Highland Hawks out of Warrenton, Virginia, 4-2. I believe that's the only other games going on tonight. Musselman off, Washington off. They'll take it on each other tomorrow. We'll have that game for you on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. We'll get you softball here, updating in the sectionals momentarily. First pitch in the Siffords in there for called strike one. Right now, Washington in softball, they're taking on Jefferson. That's scoreless, just getting started at 7 o'clock. Spring Mills taking on Martinsburg. Get this, Martinsburg softball's up 2-0 over Spring Mills. I don't think I said that correctly or incorrectly. They're up 2-0.
We've been holding out, sandbagging.
That one hit right to the second baseman, McClaney, and a line drive out for Landon Sifford.
We've seen 3 line drives here today, 2 to the second baseman, 1 to the third baseman. For both sides there, and so these two pitchers throw into contact, and the ball, even the balls that are barreled up are finding gloves. So that's why we have this 1-0 game here.
That first pitch into Rubenthal is a ball, and the only other sectional softball game going on, Musselman has a 1-0 lead over Hedgesville. We saw that matchup on TV 10 last week, where Musselman got the victory in kind of what would have been an upset, Nick.
Yeah, Musselman's been rolling right now.
Yeah, they could upset here.
They had,
or there.
I guess it was a 10-5, 11-5 win over Hedgesville. Hedgesville's the defending sectional champs.
Yep. Swung on and missed for strike
here.
1 and 2.
They could upset there. They can upset everywhere.
Yeah. And they only lost to Jefferson by 8. And Jefferson run rules everybody. So
yeah. The 1-2 delivery low, ball 2.
This catcher really gets the ball back.
I was about to say that. I was going to say he gets up and he throws it if he's trying to throw somebody out at second.
He don't waste it.
He don't.
He's got a catcher clock.
The 2-2 delivery called strike 3. Rubenthal goes down on strikes.
I like it. Oh, now we got the ball coming into the dugout.
How did that happen? I didn't see.
They were throwing it around. Yeah.
Oh.
Me and Nick was throwing the ball around, and they got a little fancy, got past the third baseman into the dugout there. So here comes the pitcher, Alter.
Alter up. That one swung on, grounded. It's going to go foul.
This catcher gets out of that box now. He is athletic, and he wants to play today. He's had his Red Bulls. This guy gets after it. Yeah, it's 2-0, and they have the bases loaded. Martinsburg does, or
no, Spring Mills has the bases loaded.
Yeah. Yep.
You got some coffee tonight, Trip?
Yep. Had to go and get me one.
That one right back up to middle to the pitcher. He falls to the ground. He's able to throw over to his first baseman, Wallace.
Nice play.
For out number 3 on the 1-3 ground out. We'll step aside for a 6-second break. When we come back, we'll have the top of the third inning. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds. Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300. Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Here we're in the top of the third inning. It's Martinsburg 1, Clear Spring nothing. 2 up for the Blazers. The 9-1-2 hitters, Poffenberger, Traubor, and McCaney. Excuse me.
Yeah, tough spot here. I mean, very important for Alder to get this number 9 guy out because those two guys on deck are very they can swing the bat. You're not going to keep them off the bases all night long. It's just not going to happen. So, regardless of what happens there, they need to try to keep this guy out here. Get this guy out.
First pitch popped up. Oviedo going over, and he's going to make the catch right in front of the dugout for out number 1. Is Alter really pitching to contact so far?
Martinsburg dugout was blowing that. They were all there blowing, trying to blow that house down, push it back in play. I think that's what helped. Caught it right there at the fence. That's a good job to get that guy out. One pitch, one out. Now you have to face this tremendous athlete here in Trarball.
That one right past the outstretched arm of Keegan Everhart for a single.
Yeah, you're not going to keep him off the bases. I don't care who's pitching. That young man swings the baseball back there.
Tice McConney.
That lead didn't last long for Martinsburg. 4-2 now. It's softball action.
McConney up. That one outside for ball 1.
This could be good confidence boost for Christian Alter if he keeps pitching well in this one against a team that swept everybody in the EPAC. You're going to need Alter in some capacity during a potential playoff run.
I mean, the third, fourth game, you're going to need somebody.
Yeah,
because you have your number 1 and number 2, obviously, but who's behind him? That's the question. That one hit right back up the middle into center field, and that about took Alter's hat off. It did.
Chuck and duck.
I think Rubenthal's probably established himself as the third guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if Jameer can get back, get some bullpens, get healthy over the weekend, he could help this team. Ben
pitcher by committee, really.
Yeah, Ben Rosenweber's.
But we don't know what Mike Lupus's status is moving forward.
Yeah, that's the worst thing is where we don't see Lupus and.
But last year he pitched through that non-throwing shoulder, right?
Yeah, I don't know what shoulder it was. Did you? When it came off, he looked like he was holding his right shoulder.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So you hope everything's good there because he's a huge part of this team, obviously having a great senior season.
That one popped up, ripped into right field. Murphy Clement gets these, going to throw in as the runner will go to third and Trarball.
That's a great job by Trarball to read that. Most guys take off on that because of the exit velo off the bat. And he was able to stay down.
Pittsnoggle due back up. He lined right to Oviedo last time up.
Yeah, Trarball did a great job moving up. Most guys don't move up there. The ball's laced. They take off. He hung out on the line drive and tug up and got to third. Now they got a first and third. 2 outs, and we're going to play a little bit of baseball, the game inside the game.
And runner goes to second. It'll be Grove underneath, and he'll make the catch for out number 3 as Alter gets out of the little Jambo jam. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning after this 60-second break, after another 0 put up on the board. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds.
A lot of first.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
Back to P.O. Faulkner Park for Martinsburg. The 8-9-1 batters Dube, Grove, Everhart, Canby, and Nick. You know, when you look at this Martinsburg lineup, and, you know, hoping Lupus is okay, but, you know, he's a guy you're really going to miss tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he, you know, plays good defensively, and he's been, you know, really their best hitter all season. So, at least when it comes to a power bat. So, yeah, you definitely miss him, but like we said, this game really doesn't mean that much besides just trying to get a little bit of momentum moving into the sectional tournaments. So a win obviously gives you a ton of confidence if you're Martinsburg, because you'd be the only team in the EPAC to beat this Clear Spring team. But, you know, is that worth losing or potentially, you know, having Lupus be out? So you lose him here tonight, but hopefully he's ready for sectionals, and that's the most important thing. So you just hope he's, you know, good in the dugout, and they're just being cautious with it.
First pitch into Grove, a called strike one.
Yeah, it's sort of just kind of the senior night in the clubhouse. They got a spread out in there, and they've got the deck. The mothers came in, decorated up the senior lockers. Lupus lockers all decorated up there, so hopefully he's just out and going to feel
that one hit right back up the middle, but there's McCaney. You know, he can't throw him out.
Yeah, just dropped it.
He dropped the ball.
Grove's quick. He took that one hop over the pitcher's head and made a good play on it, but looked up. But when he looked up and seen Grove coming, he just wasn't able to handle the baseball there and got away from him.
Single for Isaac Grove.
These teams are aggressive tonight. Both teams swinging, playing a little loose. It's seasoned.
And do we anticipate maybe some small ball here?
I think so. You know, I think that's what it calls for here. But he's back in the box. But bunted through.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's going to be ruled a single. But Grove, you know, he's only batting .279, but he has a .436 on base percentage. So he does a great job of finding ways to get on with other ways outside of just, you know, hits, which is why he's, I think, established himself a big part of the lineup.
And let me tell you something, the high school coaches, except for a couple guys that they want to hit the ball out of the park, they just want them on base. They don't care how.
Thrown over again. That one goes out of the park.
Yeah.
Is that one base or two?
One from the pitcher.
Should be two. If it goes out of the park, into the dugout's one thing.
The Moneyball Bulldogs.
Hey, it should be in the dugout, one base. Out of the ballpark, two.
Depends on who it comes from. If it comes from an infielder.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, from the outfielder to base, infield, two bases.
Yeah. I looked down the line, and all of a sudden I saw it down there on the paved asphalt.
Martinsburg really has a shot now. You know, Everhart can move him to third. I mean, it gives Everhart a chance to get on base as well, because now the third baseman has to play in what we call the triangle, as you'll see him at the angle there. His job now is to stay back if the ball's bunted to the pitcher or hard to the first baseman, and to come get it if it's bunted hard down the line. So now he's moved back a good 6 feet, gives Everhart 6 more feet chance to get to first base, so he might be able to move the runner up and get on base with this sack.
The 0-1 delivery pulls the bunt back, does Everhart. It's 1-1.
Nothing. It couldn't happen better for Everhart here because now he's got, like I say, an opportunity to get down that third baseline, give himself a chance to get on.
The 1-1 from Kerr. It's a swinging strike on the bunt for Everhart.
What's a swinging strike bunt?
He didn't pull the bat back.
He just missed the bunt, yeah.
He swung the bat, right?
No,
for the bunt?
He attempted to bunt.
Time called.
I don't want you to confuse Colin back in the studio.
Colin's too busy talking to himself. Not letting anybody else get the word in.
Wonder if they're going to make him bunt with 2 strikes. Yep.
And the bunt.
He's out.
And that one is back, and he is out.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game where you're going to make you're going to say, hey, we're going to bunt, we're going to get it down. You got to get it down. You got 3 chances to do it. And he bunted through one, bunted through 2 pitches, and then fouled one off. And if you bunt the 2-strike pitch foul, you're basically, it's out. You struck out.
Due up Jordan Camby, the leadoff hitter, brings it back to the top.
Jordan's got a nice big hole to hit through. As you can see, the third baseman again's at the angle.
Going in there for called strike 1.
They fear Jordan's speed a little more. As that third baseman's pulled up slightly, but still keeping an eye on that angle. So he can see the base runner stealing. So he can get back in position, but also try to defend a hard bunt down the line.
The runner on second and Grove. Camby swings and misses. He wanted to take that one out of the park.
Big curveball. He come out of his shoes at first, and then kind of mid-swing, he just realized he was going to have to do a little reaching for it.
Oh, 2 delivery from Kerr. That's outside for ball 1. Yes, just a little too much on that one.
Yeah, when guys reach back to get a little bit more, sometimes they rush. That time he rushed just front half there, and he just release point was way out, but his arm was in front of his bottom half there, causing that.
The 1-2 delivery swung on and missed for strike number 3. Another out as Camby goes down on strikes. Due up now Oviedo, who lined over to the second baseman his last time up. 2 out with 1 on.
I don't think Lupus is in the dugout. I think they might have taken him just to maybe get looked at to see what that issue was.
Was there a trainer on site tonight? I don't know that there was one. That one hit right back up the middle, but McCaney and throws him out at first for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning after this 60-second break. You're tuned into EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Spencer Puig, Trip Tobin, Nick Verzolini, happy to have you with us here as Martinsburg up 1-0 here in this out-of-state game for the Bulldogs. As Clear Spring coming down from Maryland. We mentioned it all broadcast. They've beaten 3 other EPAC teams so far this season, looking for the 4-game sweep. But Martinsburg right now has the lead.
Yeah, Martinsburg's playing well. Christian Alter's throwing the contact, and Coach Ballard couldn't ask for much more out of this young man than what he's getting so far.
First pitch. That one swung on, and
Grove's calling it.
Grove calls it off for out number 1, and you just mentioned it. First pitch swinging, and there it continues.
Yeah, this game's moving along. These guys are aggressive on both sides tonight. Probably going to be an extra inning game. Jack Rasenweber's in the crowd again tonight, coming to see his Bulldog team.
And his brother.
Brother?
That one, first pitch swinging again. That one might go foul, and it will, and no one's going to get to it as it goes out of play.
Yeah, you got Jameer out there is kind of rehabbing that Achilles. You don't want to see him stretch it out too much just yet. He wasn't scheduled to really play a lot in this game, and here he is right in the middle of it, and right in it, the thick of it.
They don't have many other options at first, really, at this point.
Yeah.
Second pitch in there for called strike 2 as Alter gets ahead 0-2.
Yeah, if Rubenthal were to come in the game, that means Clement would have to come out. So that means you would have to replace 2 positions.
The 0-2 delivery, that one swung on and fouled off towards the Bulldog dugout.
Nice play by the third baseman over there.
Third base coach.
Third base coach, yeah.
No glove, good scoop.
Yeah, good reaction. His hands are in his pocket, so he had to get him out.
Yeah.
The 0-2 delivery to Wade. Called strike 3. I think that's the first strikeout tonight.
Nice pitch by Alter there on the outside corner.
First strikeout for Alter tonight. The pitcher, Dawson Kerr, due up. He grounded into a fielder's choice, advanced to second his last time up. That one fouled off past the third base coach this time.
He didn't try that one. I think that was a little too hot for that bare hand.
The 0-1 delivery, a ball, 1-1. The 1-1 delivery swung on, hit into left center field. Now one's going to drop. Canby cuts it off. Runner's trying to go to second. And if the ball was on line, he would have been out. Unfortunately, ball just out of the reach of Keegan Everhart's glove.
Yeah, great job by Canby cutting that thing off. That's a clean double with 90% of the center fielders. We're blessed in the EPAC with some really great center fielders with Lohr and Lewis and out of Jefferson, Lohr out of Musselman, Gano at Hedgesville. I mean, just loaded with a lot of great center fielders in this EPAC.
Surbar due up.
Pretty good too.
Compton, yeah, is coming over to Spring Mills, doing a good job.
Swung on and missed as Alter took some off there on that breaking ball.
And even the young kid at Washington's doing
the Earl
job.
kid, he's great. Yeah, Jackson Earl, young freshman out of Washington, getting a lot of playing time.
The 0-1 in there for called strike 2 on to Connor Surber. He ended the inning in the second inning. The 0-2 delivery, that one fouled off down the third baseline.
Getting a lot of it, balls rolled over by the Blazers. They're out in front, doing a great job of switching up, changing up speeds. So I think that's one thing we see.
The 0-2 delivery nearly catches it, but it doesn't. It's 1-2 now.
Alter's a pitch away from getting out of this, and the Blazers are a base hit away from tying it up, so important.
The 1-2 delivery. That one popped up right into Grove's area. He's going to make the catch for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth inning after this 60-second break. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Bottom of the fourth inning. Due up for Martinsburg. 3, 4, 5 hitters. That's Buber, Brown, and Siffert. As after an RBI single for Mike Lupus, he rounded, got the second, got called out, and he got hurt, and he's no longer in the dugout right now. So Jameer Brown's checked in.
From what we hear, it looks like that they've taken him to the doctor or the first med or something to get it checked out just to be sure. So our prayers are with Michael Lupus. He did so hard of a job fighting to get back to the level that he was at, and he was having a magical year. And just hope he doesn't have any setbacks here. Is able to continue to compete. Hopefully, it's just a just a contusion or something that has him out a day or two.
First pitch of the Buber, swinging strike one.
So I'm sure that Lupus family, Michael, could use your prayers as he fought through a shoulder surgery last year, missed a lot of time in the summer. Hopefully we can come back and be competitive.
One popped up, but had a loud sound to it to Wade and right, and he makes the catch for out number one. That had a really loud sound to it, Trip.
It pinged off that bat, yeah. He's got one of them 5150s, maybe they call them. Those bats ping really loud, but I'm not sure what kind of bat it was. But Lupus is a huge part of this. This is his spot in the lineup. Like you say, he's got the only RBI. Let's see if Jameer can come in. He's got big shoes to fill here, coming off on a rehab assignment, and here he is right in the heart of the lineup.
First pitch into Jameer Brown, a called strike one, catches the corner.
It's been that kind of year for Martinsburg. They've lost some pitchers, lost some position guys, and now they're sitting here at the last game of the year and with their sectional hopes kind of resting on possibly a diagnosis here with Lupus, as he has definitely been the player of the year for this team.
One delivery in there for strike two, now 1-2.
These pitchers are doing a good job, both Christian Arthur and this young man here on the mound today, using that outside corner.
1-2 delivery. That one popped up. Shallow right field. McCaney makes a catch for out number two.
Getting some live at bats is good for Jameer. He's not going to be on time right now by any means, and coming in and pitching again, hitting against the guys, pushing the ball in the mid 80s, and he's probably throwing the ball 82, 83 maybe at times. So it's just good for Jameer, even though Lupus isn't in the lineup, it's good that Jameer can get some swings here going into the sectionals.
Super hits that one and bounces off Sarver's glove. They try to get it over to first, but not in time, does the shortstop in Hessler, as he now gets on base on the single after he had a liner out to the second baseman last time up.
It's just good to see Jameer back in the lineup, because when he went down, I wasn't sure. The severity, but it certainly didn't look like he was going to play again this season. But obviously, it wasn't as severe as we initially thought.
Got a courtesy runner coming in. Is that
Steen, I believe?
Jackson Steen.
Yep.
Courtesy runners, courtesy of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, 19U and 17U teams, as some new additions coming through, as I understand.
Yeah, we're gonna give some more guys some opportunities, get some summer ball in the Legion level.
First pitch now into the batter, Rubenthal, who struck out looking his last time up.
Rubenthal will be one of those 17U guys that's going to get a shot there, as he's just a young junior.
The 1-0 delivery outside for ball 2. 2-0 now.
Grove going to get his shot there on that team as well. In the lineup here tonight.
The 2-0 delivery low, or catches the zone for strike 1. I thought that was a little low up here, but obviously I can't see it.
Yeah, it's hard
Just
to see.
kind of trajectory looked a little lower.
We can see the high pitch a little bit.
Yeah.
But the low, the knees, pitches at the knees, hard for us to see with the umpire, Zach Stollifer, right there.
The 2-1 delivery low for ball 3.
Trip, could there be any movement between the Legion teams? Like if you have a lot of guys going on vacation, or do you have to have that set roster?
Yeah.
Or can you call up from the 17U?
You have 3 guys you can dual roster, for that purpose.
3-1 delivery, that one fouled off, brings the count to 3-2.
Do you have any guys that are dual as of right now, or do you have some time to decide on that?
Looking at possibly Taryn Boyles going both ways. Pedersen out of Hedgesville, the sophomore, going both ways. Those both guys are sophomores that have been very productive. We'll kind of see how it plays out. Maybe see where Oviedo sets this summer if he's going to, play elsewhere.
The 3-2 delivery outside for ball 3. 2 on now for the Bulldogs. To the walk to Owen Rubenthal.
Bulldogs pitcher, number 15.
Christian Alter due up to the plate. 2 outs here, so you're not going to see him. You're going to see him swing away maybe to get a hit, not obviously try to move the runner over because you can't because you got 2 outs. Changes what maybe the approach could have been.
Nice job there by Rubenthal, taking what they give him there, fighting off a couple pitches, but Martinsburg needs a dirt ball here, squared away, put these guys in scoring position.
Yeah. First pitch into Alter, that one back up the middle to the shortstop. He'll toss over to McCaney at second, and that'll do it for this bottom of the 4th inning. Martinsburg leaves 2 on. We'll be back after this 60-second break for the top of the 5th inning. Right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, back in 60 seconds.
To get the best opportunity to be seen and recruited, join the American Legion Post 14 Hornets baseball team. Managed by Trip Tobin, Post 14 will prepare you for the next level by playing the best possible schedule, along with an experienced coaching staff and alumni coming back to help guide you through the process.
Brings up Camion Gonzalez with runners on the corners. Runner from first going, and it's a fair ball down the third base line by Gonzalez. That's going to allow 1 to score.
The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier Legion baseball team in the area.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here as we're in the top of the 5th inning right now. Martinsburg on top, 1-0 due up for Clear Spring is the 5-6-7 hitter. Excuse me, no, the 9-1-2 hitters.
Leading off for the Blazers. Right fielder number 9.
As Lane Poffenberger comes to the plate.
Yeah, kind of same things last time. I mean, if the Blazers could get this fellow on, they can probably get a run across with those next couple guys coming up. But it's important for Christian Alter to try to keep this guy off the bases.
That one, first pitch swing at Oviedo will get it. He'll throw over to Brown at first for out number 1. Another first pitch swinging. And another first pitch out.
Yeah, these guys are aggressive. I mean, they're going to swing the bat. Alter's doing a good job of getting after it here. I think if I'm Martinsburg, I might even put the shift on this guy the way he's been pulling the ball and see if he can get him to go the other way, because if not, he swings for the parking lot out there. Oh, he squared the bunt.
That's Hudson Troball. He is an ODU commit from what we understand.
So Martinsburg did shift a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did shift a little bit, and he went to lay the bunt down the third base line off of it.
2-0 now the count on the ODU commit.
You got to be careful here, so I'm sure that 305 marker in right field can't hold him.
2-0 delivery. Now